The problem with believers today, I mean, it's the same thing with the Jews then that persecuted Paul because, they thought that Paul was talking to just let us sin that grace may abound. And no, this is what Paul is getting at in Romans 6. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. How shall we who are dead to sin live any longer therein? Like he said in chapter 6, verse 7, he who is dead is freed from sin, justified from sin. Verse 14, sin shall no longer have dominion over you, for you're not under the law, but under God's grace. Verse 18, having been freed from sin, you become the slaves of righteousness. I mean, this is what he's saying in 2 Corinthians 13, verses 7 and 8. We don't do what's right to appear approved, for we have no power over the truth, but for the truth. As the Apostle Peter said, that we've been begotten again, not of a corruptible seed as in the first man, Adam, but an incorruptible seed. And the second man, Adam, that Paul calls Jesus the second man, the last Adam. I mean, which lives and abides forever. I mean, we need to understand we've been given a new nature when we're regenerated of water and the Spirit. If we indeed heard the faith and believed on Jesus and not some false trinity that doesn't exist, because that is another Jesus. Because this goes to 1 John chapter 4 verses 1 and 2. Beloved, don't believe every spirit, but try the spirits whether they be of God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. And he talks about that spirit of the Antichrist, he said, that should come and now is already in the world. He says, hereby know we the Spirit of God and the spirit of error. Every spirit that doesn't confess that Jesus came in the flesh is not of God. That means, because that's what he's saying in the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The Word which was in the bosom of the Father. To call God a Trinity when he has only been one and always been one, because the Word became flesh and tabernacled among us. He became a man. He was made of a woman, made under the law, so that we might be redeemed by him. Amen.